Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Technique Thursday. Today, I'm going to be playing with the Nehemiah Bible page kit. There was two. This is a companion kit. I just thought it was so much fun, and I love this. What's in your spiritual toolbox? How do we use our spiritual tools that God gave us? Now, in the book of Nehemiah, it's about him rebuilding the wall, and how the wall had been destroyed and never had been rebuilt, and how he felt that it was his mission to rebuild this wall. Now, this wall not only was a physical wall, but it gave them spiritual tools as well. This wall gave them safety, a place to pray, a place to observe the Sabbath. So it's a very powerful book. Now, I haven't done the page kit yet, but I'm doing this one on the back because I felt it wasn't really a specific verse, but yet I wanted to do it in the book of Nehemiah. So what I'm doing today is, for a background, I have this little template, and it looks like bricks. It's called Mini Bricks, and I'll leave a link down below for it. And what I've done is just grabbed a couple gelatos, and I thought I would just do kind of like a fun little background. And I did not prep because I'm using the gelatos dry today. I am not making them into watercolor. So what I'm going to do is just scribble the gelato onto my craft mat. And I'm just going to use a little makeup sponge that I had in my box. And just going to do, I'm not sure, I don't want to do the full stencil. I thought I'd do like little pieces of it and kind of make it a jagged wall. So I'm just going to hold the stencil down and just brush it. So then this is what it's going to look like. You can go back, I guess, if you wanted to. You could go in with some crayons or felt pans or whatever you wanted, and do like outline the bricks. But I just want kind of like a soft background for the tools. So this is kind of what I'm doing. No real right or wrong, just picking up some of this. It's a nice clean little background. And today I've come back down to my studio. It feels good to be back here. I said to Hubs, more and more of my stuff kept getting moved upstairs. And it was time for it to come back down, I think. So I'm just going to continue on down here and make a few. And just bring it off the page. So just a little dry. I think I might make some at the top here. Gelatos work very nice dry, and you could go in if you wanted with a water pen and go in and really make this mushy and swishy and whatever you'd like. I'm gonna put down my stickers, and then I may come back in with some brown and just kind of grunge it up a little bit. We'll see. So let's start with this. I'm gonna start with the words first because, you know, we want to make sure those are fitting on the page. So this just really gave me something to think about, like, what's in your spiritual toolbox? How do you use those gifts that God gave you? And it's kind of an interesting, I thought it was kind of an interesting topic. So let me know what you think your spiritual tools are. Maybe you're very patient, or maybe you're very giving. Maybe you're a great listener. And I think it's fascinating. I love things that make me ponder and think what I'm doing. I don't like to what's the word? I'm lost in thought now. Toolbox. Sorry, I kind of lost my way there for a minute. I had something off to the side of my page that was flashing at me. And I love these tools. I think these tools are so much fun. So you can use this. There's so many different Bible verses, but I wanted to do this in Nehemiah. And you know what? I actually might do it in a different book as well, because you could use some of the elements and just kind of do what you want to do. I think I'll put this kind of to cover up the tools. Not really sure what I'm doing yet, so I may just put this down here. Another good thing about these craft mats is you can put stuff down on them. And oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see this big glob right here, but hubby one night he says to me, "Can I blow out the candle?" And I said, "Sure, go ahead, blow out the candle." And he blew the candle so hard it threw wax everywhere. Like it threw wax on here. And the funniest thing was, it threw wax all over Hub's iPhone. Oh my gosh, you should have seen him trying to get the wax off his iPhone. It was hilarious. Well, I thought it was funny because it wasn't on my iPhone. Okay, so I'm just going to do that so that it looks like the tools are kind of just poking up from this measuring tape. And I look at this measuring tape as kind of like a, let's measure our lives and let's measure our tools and see if we're using those tools that God gave us to the best of our ability. Excuse me. So I have to write the verse on here, but I'm just going to play with some of these. I love this little bag of nails. And then I thought some of these little doodads, like who can't use tools? Tools are fun. I showed this to hubby and he was like giggling at me. He goes, spiritual toolbox. I go, yeah, I know, isn't it cute? I actually saw somebody do a page on spiritual tools on Instagram. And that's kind of where I got the inspiration that I thought we needed this kit as well. And Nehemiah to me was just the perfect book. Yeah, I think I could use these elements a lot. It could become one of my favorite kits. And it's kind of manly too, so we could, you know, do a nice page for the men in our lives with this too. So put this here, and then I will put a verse, write a verse on. Actually, I should leave this off until I actually do write the verse, because then I'll probably never get it on again. So we'll do that and maybe stamp or write the verse. So just fill in with some of these little doodads. And then I think I will grab the brown and just do a really light. I've got so much of that left too. Maybe what I'll do is finish this up and pull this off. And what is this little template called? I try to keep my packages. This one is called Mini Splats. So we will do it just a couple splatters throughout the page. And oh, I like that. I don't know if I want to use the brown because the brown might be too dark. I don't know. But I am loving this kind of goldy color. And I'll have to figure out what pack it's from. And then I will definitely leave you a link below. It's kind of a goldy yellow color. All right. Well, let's try a little bit of the brown. I'm going to just put a little bit here. Pick it up on the sponge and see. I don't want to do a whole lot with that. My brown's almost gets very chalky. Not sure that's even gonna want to work. Let's see if we can pick some of it up. Well, we've picked some up, so let's just do like a couple little things to see how brown the brown is. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. So now I'm going to go in and just use parts of this, kind of the more blobs of it, just to give it some depth and dimension to the page. So yeah, not everything has to be a really big and crazy background. We can either, I have a paintbrush and some water here, so I'm actually going to add some water to this. It's really chalky. It must be pretty dry. So I'll just pick that up again with the sponge and get in here with some of that brown. There we go. So it's picking it up more like watercolor would and going through. So yes, I have not prepped, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that, right? Okay, that's pretty fun. I think we've picked it all up. Just do a little bit up here, and there, our page is done. I always say it's done, and then I go in and add these little blibs and blobs. And just be careful you don't add too much water to your next color, or it is going to start moving your solids as well. So I want just one little bit more of brown here. I'm really loving this. It's turned out way better than I first anticipated. So that's good, right? I always love when pages are a surprise and we like them. So there, we've made a little bit of a mess. I'm going to dry this up. Let's take a peek at the back. The back, nothing has come through. That is one good thing about this illustrating Bible, is it has really good quality pages. So you don't always need to prep. I usually do because I'm terrified that something's going to bleed through. But there we go. There's our little page today. Another simple, quick little background. I hope you all are having a great day. I'm on the mend, feeling much better, and I'm looking forward to just spring and starting to get outside. So God bless you all, and I will see you in Praise and Pray. Bye-bye.